What's going on, everybody? I'm Aaliyah Michelle.
And I'm Purple. And this is Cocktails and Combo.
With Purple.
And Lynn. Alright, so it's early, so we're not like drinking, but we had a little donut run.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna get into our Dunkin Donuts early. It's a little early, so we're not drinking, but we did do a Dunkin Donuts run, so we're gonna get into our Dunkin Donut orders before we start on the topic. So Lee, when you go to Dunkin Donuts, what do you get?
I get caramel iced coffee with almond milk and liquid sugar, no cream, extra ice.
All right, and I normally get like something simple like an orange juice because I'm not really like a coffee drinker.
I love iced coffee.
I also think that coffee is supposed to be drunk.
Boo.
Hot.
Boo.
Coffee is a hot drink, not a cold drink. But so I tried this strawberry dragon fruit refresher today just because I was feeling adventurous at the drive-through window. They didn't put no fruit in here. They put the fruit in here.
It's supposed to be.
And then it tastes like a Capri Sun. It's giving Capri Sun vibes. So it's gonna be a miss for me on this strawberry dragon fruit refresher from Dunkin Donuts. I need everybody to stop trying to copy off of Starbucks. Because that's who originated the refreshers. Starbucks. All right. So do you ever get food from Dunkin Donuts?
Every now and then, yeah.
All right. What do you get when you get food?
I either get a blueberry muffin toasted with butter, or I get the turkey sausage, egg, and cheese wicked ribs. So
I never used to really get food. I had like a phase where I did like bagels. I feel like every time I order food, they mess it up. So the hash browns is good.
The hash browns is good.
But my new thing now is the stuffed bagels. I love them.
They are good.
Right? They're good. All right, so you going first or I'm going first?
I'll go first.
Let me do why you pull up your topic.
All right, so first topic. Describe your worst date ever that you've ever been on in detail, like from start to finish.
All right, you go first because I think.
So, I think I was probably like, I want to say I was like 18, 19. And this boy was asking me to go out or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like a big Marvel fan. I don't know at this time if the original Avengers had first came out or one of the movies. I think it was Avengers. We're gonna go see Avengers. First of all, I had to go pick him up. That was number one.
Is that bad?
I don't like driving. Okay. I hate driving. Like even if I drive to you and you drive my car, I already that because I don't like driving like that.
Well, hold on. So this was the first date?
Yeah, but I already know him.
Okay.
But like this is somebody I was cool with for a while, but that was like our first actual time going out as like a date. But child, pick him up, whatever, cool. Get some movie theater. So I think Avengers was like a 3D movie, so it cost a little more.
I think you might have told me about this.
And he didn't have enough. So first of all, all right, we in the line or whatever, and he's like, we didn't even start talking about snacks. Mind you, we're about to pay for the tickets. So he's like, oh, I don't really like to eat popcorn like that because that should be getting stuck in my teeth. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, I like nachos and like pretzel bites, So get to the front of the line, about to pay for the tickets. He didn't have enough money for the tickets. So I'm wondering what he's doing.
I wonder why he don't like popcorn because the nigga can't afford it.
I wonder why he's walking around. He didn't just say that to me. Child, he done went and asked a perfectly stranger, and they gave him the money for the tickets. I'm just like, okay. So we get to the snack line. I'm like, do you want something? Like, you want something over? And he's like, no, I don't really fuck with popcorn. I said, you said that, but do you want something else? So he ended up, he's like, I'll get whatever you get. Mind you, I don't like people eating my food with me. So that's why I'm like, I'll get you your
So you don't like sharing?
No.
Damn, man.
No, I really
sharing
don't.
Is caring.
You gotta think, this movie about to be a good 2 hours long. So whatever I get has to last throughout this whole movie because if it's good, I definitely don't want to get up. I don't even get up to go to the bathroom sometimes. So I was like, this is mine. What do you want? So I ended up getting him like some pretzel bites, something like that. So in the movies or whatever, cool. He did the whole little arm thing. Oh my God, it was so corny. I was just like, oh my God, nigga, you ain't tired. It's the middle of the day, first of all. We at the movies at a good maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But he did it, and then I'm just laughing on the inside, like, all right. What did it for me was him trying to talk throughout the whole motherfucking movie. And it wasn't like a whisper or a laugh or oh, that joint was funny. It was a, what you trying to do for this? You got something? I'm just like, nigga, you fucking this movie up for me. I'm like, no. I'm hoping he catches the hint. I'm like, you don't want to watch the movie? He's like, oh, yeah. He's just sitting there, then he'll start talking again. I'm like, yo, he's a talker. And I don't like that during the movies. So.
See, movies, I always say movies is not a good first date. I feel like movies is something you go to after you've been dating for a while. Because of the whole talking thing. Like, if it's a first date, so 9 times out of 10, you're still filling each other out, trying to get to know each other. You can't really do that in a movie. Now, if you do dinner in a movie, then, you know, y'all can talk while y'all eat and then go to the movies, or go to the movies and then get something to eat afterwards, something like that. My worst date. So in all reality, I feel like all of the dates that I went on were relatively good. The only bad dates that I had is the ones that I got stood up on. But if I had to pick out of the dates I actually went on, so I'm a very punctual person. Okay. And it was a movie date. And this was with somebody who I was not dating, but having personal time with.
Okay.
And we like decided to go on a date. So it was our first date. He was late. Like super late. Like late to the point we had to get the next movie late.
Oh wow.
Because I didn't want to like, so he was late and he was rushing me. And I'm just like, first of all, you're late, so don't be rushing me. And this is the reason why, this person is the reason why when I go on dates, I don't get dressed until they say that they at my house. Because we had a time, he was supposed to be at my crib. You know, I took a shower, got dressed or whatever, and now I'm fully dressed just sitting there waiting. So I was already annoyed when he picked me up. We got to the movies. I think this is his first time at this movie theater, but it's close to my house, so I've been to this movie theater a couple of times. So we got to the movies, we get there, we get the tickets. I didn't want any snacks. I'm not a snack person during the movies. Like, if you get snacks, I'm going to want some, though.
See? Yeah,
but I don't want a whole snack to myself because I'm not going to eat it all. I'd rather just eat some of yours than get a whole snack and waste it. So he got snacks. He got like some pretzel bites or something. And like a drink or whatever. And I don't like getting drinks because my bladder is not.
Your baby bladder.
Yeah, and I don't want to be. Let me know what happened. Then I gotta run out and then run back, and I don't like all of it. So we in the movies. The movies was cool, but he was very like territorial. Like he was getting upset because people was like sitting in the row that we was in. And I'm like, nigga, buy the whole row. Like,
buy the whole row.
Man, so then like, all right, so this what happened. Somebody sat next to him. It was like a couple of people, but somebody sat directly next to him. He asked me to switch seats with him. I was just like, all right, whatever. So we switched seats, and then somebody said, he's like, shh, you want to sit in another row? Like, no, why are we playing musical chairs? So then after that, he took me home, and this was like the worst part. So he took me home, and he like wanted to sit in the car and I guess talk or whatever, and that's cool. But then he didn't have nothing to talk about.
What?
So we was just like sitting there, but every time I was like, all right, I'm gonna like call me and out. Every time I tried to like get out the car, he's like, damn, you getting out the car already? I'm like,
yeah, the fuck is we doing?
It was just real awkward, and that just made me realize why we was only doing what we was doing. Cause he wasn't somebody that I would like date. He wasn't like date material.
That makes sense.
Maybe he just was like rough around the edges and haven't been on a date in a while. I don't know what it was. And that's another thing. Like I feel like a lot of guys are like, and we grown at this point. We 30 plus. So it's like, you should know how to organize a date by now. I'm pretty sure you've been on a few. You probably fucked up on a few. Had a female fuck up on a few, because it's not always the guys. Sometimes girls do some weird stuff on dates too. True. So I feel like by now you should be able to orchestrate a date and it go as smoothly as possible. And that's not what was going on there. All right, so my question: what was the last lie you told, and what was the reason?
I told my son I don't.
No, come on! I knew you was gonna go there. No kids involved. You lie to kids all the time. Do an adult lie.
Let me see. What's an adult lie? Somebody asked me to go out, not on a date, but they just wanted me to go out somewhere, and I told them I had diarrhea. Because I really just didn't want to leave the house.
First of all, did you literally say I have diarrhea? Like, how did you? Was it the text message or over the phone?
No, it's a text message.
All right, so what did the text say exactly?
It said my stomach hurt. They're like, oh, your stomach, maybe because you just didn't eat. Or like trying to like tell me, and I said, no, my stomach hurt. So I sent the message again, like in caps. They're like, you sure what happened? What did you? I said, listen, I got diarrhea. I can't go out. Like, it's not going to happen.
But you didn't have diarrhea?
I didn't have diarrhea.
That is a real
I was just very
nasty
comfortable.
lie. He was really comfortable.
I was so comfortable. I hate when I'm, like, once, I'll be telling people, like, see if you could catch me while I'm already out.
Right.
Therefore, if I'm already out, I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm already out.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Same.
But it's like, once I'm in the house, I take my clothes off, take my shoes off, tie my hair up, lay down, I'm not getting back up to go anywhere. So, I was just like, nah, ain't gonna work.
I think the last time I lied, and this is a lie like I tell often, and it's bad because I try to tell the truth. Wait. All right, so I be wanting to tell the truth, but I also feel like a lot of people don't accept the truth like they do with that person and try to finagle and make a way for you to still do whatever it is they try to make you do. So the biggest lie, well, it wasn't the biggest lie, but the last lie I told was somebody asked me like what I was doing on a specific day. And I knew for a fact I had to work, but I said I ain't know. Just cause like, or maybe I said I had to work and I didn't, cause that's a lie that I tell too.
What, did you get to work?
Yeah. Because like, sometimes I don't be wanting to do stuff, but I also feel bad about not wanting to do it. So I lied. Cause work, I feel like work is like, people can't fight with work. You gotta work, you gotta work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll be knowing my schedule and be knowing if I have to work. But I also tell people, and it's a bad lie, because I also tell people that I get my schedule a month in advance. So I be knowing. I be knowing whether or not I have to work, depending on when they ask me. So like, I just be lying. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna start telling y'all I just don't want to do it. Or I can't. I got prior engagements, because a lot of times that be it too. But I also like, with my plans, it's like I also want to have backup plans just in case my actual plans fall through. So I don't want to. I don't necessarily double book. I'll like book something, and then the backup plan be like, I'll let you know, or I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't tell them why. I don't be like, well, I'm supposed to be doing this, so I might not be able to do this. I'll just be like, I'll let you know, or I don't know. Like, keep them in the tuck. I'm sorry, y'all. I be trying to squeeze everybody in. I do. I promise. I'm sorry. All right, what's yours?
All right. What are some coping mechanisms you use after a breakup?
The fastest way to get over somebody is to get it's like, no. No, coping mechanisms after a breakup. I think reflection is a big one. Because 9 times out of 10, like, if you broke up, there's a solid reason for why you broke up. And keeping that in the forefront kind of helps me, like, reminds me of why the breakup was necessary. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm big for not staying in something or not staying with somebody if you're not happy.
True.
Like, because that's like, it weighs on you. Like, I remember I was in a relationship and I wasn't happy. And it transferred into so much other things I had going on in my life. Like, my mood at work and how I interact with my friends and all of that. So, like, you gotta be happy within a relationship. So I always try to keep that in mind. That's a coping mechanism. And I think time is, like, the biggest thing for me. Like, I'll start or try to start dating again, but if I'm still thinking about that person or comparing the new person to the other person and bringing in old stuff, then that means it's just not time for me to start dating again. So time, I think, is like the biggest coping mechanism for me. What about you?
So one thing that I seen, I don't know where I saw this at. I don't know if it was like a show or something. They said a good way to cope with a breakup is to do the things that you weren't allowed to do, or something that you wanted to do while you were dating this person that you didn't get to do. So what I started doing was doing like little solo. No, fuck no.
Oh.
I started
like
doing
you couldn't fuck when you was in a relationship.
No. So one problem or issue that I had in my last relationship was we didn't really date. So what I started doing was dating myself. I started finding little spots to frequent, go out by myself. It was one place the bartender knew my first name, knew what I was drinking, knew how to make my hookah.
I love
it was like
it.
that's what I started doing. I like all little places that I wanted to go, or even if I didn't want to go with him, it was just like little places I just wanted to go. I just went by myself. And my friends would call me. They'd be like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm out here." They're like, "By yourself?" Yeah.
That's how it be with me and like my trips. Like Cause I get tired of waiting for people to go on trips with me.
And I'm not gonna wait for nobody to take me on a date.
And I think my first like solo trip was to Atlanta. And I was like, I'm really about to go to Atlanta by myself. But then I did it and I was like, it wasn't that bad. Cause you don't gotta wait for people. You don't gotta, I think that's my biggest thing, like wait for people. You don't gotta agree on what y'all gonna do. You just do whatever it is you wanna do. Yeah. So yeah, doing stuff by yourself definitely helps. Speaking of trips, describe your ultimate dream vacation.
My ultimate dream vacation is I want to go somewhere warm.
Not vacation, vacation.
Vacation.
Okay, so make sure you include
I want everything down to the room to be popping. Like I want a room that got like a little jacuzzi in there. I want food. I want warm weather. I want like an island. I feel like if I go on my vacation, I want to be like on an island somewhere. Okay. Nice water, no phones. Like maybe we could take a couple pictures or something like that, but no phones. Do not answer your phone unless it's children. That's it. And just like us, just like doing anything, just exploring. A lot of liquor, a lot of liquor. Somewhere hopefully with hookah, and just vibing, like just us.
All right. So for me. Oh wait, I got a question. I got a follow-up question. So on your vacation, are y'all spending more time in the place where you're staying or more time like out and doing activities? I
want to do activities.
Okay.
I'm like an activity person. Like I don't mind maybe like usually when I go anywhere I'm there for maybe like 3 days.
I was just about to say how many days.
So the very first day we could relax. I don't mind us staying close by or whatever case may be, but like if we want a resort and there's a bunch of stuff to do, that next day we out here.
So would it be a resort or would you guys get like a hotel and then go out? And
I've never done a resort.
Okay.
So I would really want to do a resort.
Okay.
Because like either that or a cruise.
Okay.
So something like that where it's you can go to a spa or you can go to this day party or you can do this or you can go to this restaurant and everything already included. Okay, we out.
Okay. So my perfect ultimate dream vacation would definitely be somewhere warm, somewhere where I could put on a nice couple little bathing suits, see him with all the bodies out. I don't know, cause I like to be inside. I like to do activities, but I feel like the stuff I want to do, you probably shouldn't do in front of people. Not all the stuff. All right, so, and I'm not necessarily talking about like sex, but sex is definitely included in it. But just like I'm like a physical touch person, but I don't like PDA. Okay. So if I want to like touch and feel on you and all of that, I'd rather we be inside. Like when we go, I still want to go out. I still want to like have a couple outfits, get dressed, because you know. My man's dress. We do the dressing thing. So definitely want to get dressed and go out on like a couple of nights out or whatever. Do some fun activities like swim with dolphins or something like memorable that we both haven't done. I think the biggest thing with a vacation is like I want us to experience stuff together that we haven't done. So definitely want to do that. Definitely somewhere warm. I would say like a good 5 days. It's good because I think that'll give us enough time to have our like closed in just me and him time, and then also the out and about time. I think a resort would be ideal, but I'm also okay with like, yeah, if we go somewhere, get an Airbnb, and then just like venture out and do our own thing within wherever we are, whatever town or city or whatever we're in. So yeah, that would be my ultimate vacation. A lot of quality. I like the no phone idea. I love that.
Yeah.
Because when you're in your everyday life and you're going out on regular dates, 9 times out of 10, your phone is there. You're taking pictures or whatever the case is. So I like the no phone. I like no interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be it. That would be it. Somebody gave me an idea and it was so dope. It was like have lunch, like go to a airport and have like lunch or something in a restaurant in the airport, and then just like pick somewhere random to go.
Oh,
I like that. I like that, and I really think I'm going to like steal that idea and do it because like get a little spin. You know the little you ever play Twister?
Oh my gosh!
With the little
like
spin and just spin it and be like wherever it lands, that's where we going. Or like hold
what
up.
What if that should say Alaska?
Then we in Alaska, baby. Or like hold up a map and have the other person close their eyes and just point somewhere on their map and go there. I would love to do that. I think that would be so dope because it's no planning, so you don't have any expectations. You just go on with the flow.
I think that would be sweet. Yeah. Alright, so do you believe in astrology? Like zodiac signs and character traits and all that stuff?
To a certain extent.
So, follow-up question. What zodiac sign, if any, turned you off completely? Like, you would never talk to somebody and they say, oh yeah, I am a...
Capricorn.
Why?
Because and I've dealt with a few. Like, probably 1, 2, 3. And what's crazy and what annoyed me is they was back to back. And it was like, all right, what's going on here? So apparently I attract them or they attract me, but once I'm like in it, it's just like, no. No. What about you? Okay. Do you believe in it?
I do.
Okay. Like to what extent? Like do
I
you
be like deep in it.
Horoscopes? Do you believe in this rising?
I believe in the moon rising and the retrogrades and all that stuff. I'd be like, oh, okay. I really be like, I don't know, blame it on COVID because I actually bought a book. Is it over here? Yep. I bought a book a long time ago that was talking about it, and I just started like diving into it. Hold on, let me see. Is this it? Yep.
Let me see.
The only astrology book you'll ever need. I read this whole book during COVID.
You read the whole book?
The whole book.
How many pages in that book? Take a tip.
I don't know. But it took me a while to actually get through it. But what made me get into it was because I was watching something and they said that you're not supposed to believe in God and astrology. But I'm like, if God created the moon, the stars, and all this stuff, then God is pretty much astrology. So I don't know. That's my own little theory of it. If they don't agree, I don't care because I believe in both. But I just started kind of like digging deep into it because they were like, oh, cancers, they're crybabies, they're this, they're that. And I'm like, we're not that bad. But a lot of the traits that they come up with about the zodiac signs, like, yo, this is kind of true because I know I know somebody from almost every sign. Okay. So it's like, damn, that is kind of true. Like I'll be like, yo, you act like a Leo or you act like a such and such. Like,
so is there a sign that you haven't like dealt with or been in a relationship with that you kind of like wonder how y'all would mesh? So according to like what astrology?
According to astrology says that my soulmate could either be a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Leo. Okay. I think they lied about Leo.
So you've dealt with a Leo?
I've dealt with a Leo.
And it wasn't good?
It's not that it wasn't good. I feel like me and Leos are better off as friends. Like one of my best friends is a Leo. And I feel like we just be like so here. We be in tune with a lot of stuff. So I feel like we're probably better off as friends, not in a relationship. Okay. I've never been in a relationship with a Capricorn. But and I'm currently dating a Taurus. Okay. I feel like although Cancer is a water sign and Taurus is like an earth sign, I feel like we somewhat the same type of person
Okay.
in a sense, as far as like when being in a relationship stuff like that. So it's kind of weird a little bit, especially when we be about to say something, kind of say the same thing. I'm like, who sent you? Like, first of all, how did you know that? But I think it's dope though. I like reading about stuff like that, and I be like, oh, all right, this makes
Have
sense.
you ever dated another Cancer?
I hated it.
Did you?
So another thing about zodiac signs, I feel like it is a difference between the female and the male sign. I get along so good with female Aquariuses, but I was dating a man Aquarius. I would never do it again. That is a sign that completely turned me off. If you tell me you are an Aquarius, I will not talk to you. If you tell me you're a Cancer, we can be cool, but I will not talk to you.
Okay. So I dated the same sign. I dated a Gemini, and it was good up to a certain extent. So when we dated, we were young. So I feel like we both were still like trying to find ourselves and really didn't have like any identity.
Right.
But once we got older, because this was a 5-year relationship, once we got older and like, you know, you establish certain traits and you get more into your personality, I realized it wasn't, I feel like we would have been really good as friends once we got older, but once we got older, it was like I didn't like who he was as like a mate. I'm currently in a relationship with Aries, which is like a first for me, but it's going really well.
That's good.
And everything I read about Geminis and Aries have been really good. So it's a balance thing.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not the complete opposite of me, but balances me out, right? Cancers, what I will say about Cancers that I've noticed is they're good friends. I had a really good friend back in high school. We was friends for like a good 10 years. Now we fell off, but we were really close friends. Like me and you were really good friends. So I feel like I'm really good friends with Cancers. I dealt with a Virgo for a really long time.
I never talked to a Virgo either.
Whew, they are, I will say they're really like good people, but they're also really closed off. The one that I dealt with anyway. Very stuck in their ways. I wouldn't say stubborn, but stern.
Yeah.
And like you can't sway them. So you have to be comfortable with being the one that compromises in the relationship if you're dealing with a Virgo. Because they are like not budging. True. And it's not just the guy that I dealt with, it's other Virgos say the same thing about themselves.
I know one of my homies is a Virgo, and like we used to have like crazy debates all the time, and that's because like he's the type of guy, his opinion is his opinion, and he feel like everybody should think that way, and I'm just like, no, like we can agree or disagree. There's no such thing as agree or disagree. What? Yes, it is. You have your opinion, I can have my opinion. Neither one of us are wrong. We just don't agree with each other. Right. That's all it is. Yep. He don't want to do that.
But I will say they are very caring. Yeah. It takes a while to get close to them, but once you do, like you're in a good place. You're in a safe place. If they care about you, they care about you. And if they don't give a fuck about you, then
they don't give a fuck.
It's fuck you. All right, is it my turn? Mm-hmm. If your roommate expressed that she or he is uncomfortable with the company that you bring to the house, how would you handle it?
It depends on what they're uncomfortable about. Like, if they're like, oh, now if I'm just on some shit, like I'm in my room and my company is wandering around as if this is their place, then I can understand it. And from then on, I'll make sure wherever I'm at, they're at. But if it's just like, you just don't want me having company, it's like, I pay rent here too. You're not going to tell me that you're uncomfortable with anybody that I bring here. I'm not having a party or nothing like that. But it's like, I would try to be mindful because this is our space. But you, like, say if I have a roommate that doesn't have friends, then that's not necessarily my fault because I do. So if I want to have somebody over, I'll be considerate. Hey, such and such is about to come. My friend such and such is about to come over. You're welcome to join us in whatever we do, or you know, I'll try to keep it down, whatever it is. But I'm not going to just not have company.
Yeah, I think it's hard because y'all both paying rent. Mm-hmm. So it should, like, the space is equally both of y'all's.
Right.
I think the whole, like, them wandering around and acting like this day spot too is a bit much. Or like, what if your roommate had company who came over and would like eat your stuff?
Yeah, that's enough.
Or
I don't like nobody touching my food. Do not touch my food. I don't care.
yeah, I don't know. See, this is probably why roommates just wouldn't work for me, because I don't want anybody in my space that I don't want in my space. But when it's a roommate situation, it's always the chance that they going to have friends that you don't click with.
See, and that never really happened to me, only because the only roommates I ever had was my sister and my best friend.
Mm.
So we all share mutual friends. So it's like whoever she got coming over, I know them already. Whoever my sister got coming over, I know them. So it's like it's never an issue because we all probably hang out anyway.
Yeah.
But I've never had like a ad in the paper type roommate, like somebody that I really just didn't really know like that. So it was different.
But you wouldn't just not like cease and desist the company.
Like
what if y'all have a conversation and they ask you like, well, can you go over their house?
Absolutely not, because like you said, this is our place. So at the very least, if it's an issue with them being anywhere around the house, I'll just keep them in my room. At the very least. But I just feel like since this is our space, especially if you're not even in the living room, I should be able to be in the living room with my company.
Right.
If you're not in the kitchen and you don't have to come in the kitchen, I'm going to be in the kitchen with my company. I'm going to try to stay out the way as much as possible because I don't want to disrupt you, and I don't know what you might have going on. But I will let you know, hey, I'm getting ready to have company. So you can decide where you want to be or what you want to do. Or even if you did want to come out here, hey, I'm going to be in here. Or, I'm going to let you know.
Now, what if they gave you an ultimatum? If you keep bringing this person around, I'm moving out.
All right. Because at the end of the day, more than likely, like, the people I got around me, I've known for years. And especially if you're not somebody that I really know like that, you're just a roommate. If you decide that you want to move out because I have company, it's like, I'm not going to ever stop having company because this is my place, too.
Okay. That's it for the questions, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we got a wild card. So anybody who, I guess, is on social media probably have seen, like, these
little conversation
cards, right? So this is it's called Thoughts and Conversation card game, and this is the Sexy 69 After Dark. I didn't even read all of that. Okay, so the question, and we haven't read this question, so we all about to. Your significant other asks you to eat the groceries. Would you or would you not? Explain your answer.
First off, I'm more concerned of how would he ask. Like, I can't imagine any guy like, you gonna eat my butt? Like how would you even ask him? I've never even had as an adult, I've never even had a guy ask for head. So it's like, how do you ask somebody to do that? Like, that would just be weird. It's like, no.
You never had a guy ask for head?
Not as being grown up. I've never had a guy ask for it.
So is it because you just do it? Probably. Or?
That's right.
I've had guys insinuate, like guys make comments about my lips and.
Oh my God, I hate that shit.
Yeah, so like they'll insinuate, but not like.
I feel like when somebody do stuff like that, it's like.
Yeah, maybe not. Even if I wanted to do it, now I don't.
Like, yeah, like don't. That's annoying. I'd rather just let it happen organically than you sit there.
Yeah, what I will say is. And we'll put this up like on our pages and see what people say. But I hear females say that guys don't necessarily ask, but they'll like take it upon themselves to do it and they'll like it.
Wait, what?
Eating the groceries.
Wait, say it again?
So guys don't necessarily ask, but a female would take it upon herself to just do it, and they would like
do something like that. Because now, what if I do it and the guy, he's just like a total homophobe, like don't touch my hole, and he just like punching the shit out while I'm doing there. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't. That's not. I don't think I can surprise you. And like, you might have to like be drunk a little bit or like completely relaxed for me to just do some shit like that. Like that's just. Especially if I never did it before, you never insinuated that you wanted it or anything. It's like, oh. Like,
now, have you ever had a guy like just do it to you?
I did.
And what was your reaction?
I was just kind of like surprised because it was just like it doesn't really do anything for me. It's like, oh, okay, you ate my ass. So it was just like, what in the hell? It just felt funny. Like it wasn't really pleasurable for me. I'd rather you just stay where you was at because it didn't really do anything. It's just like, oh, you got your tongue in my ass.
If a guy asked me to do that, all right, it would. Lord Jesus. So we have to. It depends on where we are in our relationship. Because I feel like at some point,
you eat the groceries.
I'm not 100% against it, right? Only because, like, I'm all for being adventurous in the bedroom, right?
Okay.
And I don't think I haven't been in a situation where I was like, no. It hasn't been anything that a guy has tried that I wasn't with.
It's a couple things I'm not fucking with. Like doo-doo.
Oh, no.
Pee,
Yeah, no.
Throw up.
No.
None of those bodily fluids.
Yeah, no.
Because I be seeing people that be like, oh, I love. It was like this girl shitting on somebody's chest, and then there was this guy that wanted this girl to gag, so she threw up, and then he threw up. I'm just like, I'm gonna throw the fuck up. This is just nasty at this point. Like, yeah, I could be nasty, but I don't want to be trifling. That's fucking disgusting. I'm not spitting up on you. I'm not shitting on you. Don't piss on me. No, it's not nothing sexual about it.
Okay,
After that, all bets is over.
Those things I would probably definitely say no.
Hell no.
I feel like if he asked, I would say no. But I also feel like it depends on how it's presented.
Okay.
And like I said, where we are in our relationship. Because you gotta think, like, all I'm saying is you can't tell me you've been married for 20 years and never
ate ass or sucked a toe or did some weird shit.
Not necessarily ate ass, but like thought about it. Like, this is my thing with guys, and they probably won't admit it, but they probably have thought about it. Like, curious about how it feel, maybe. Like, just that. So I'm not gonna say I'm against it, but it's not something I would like come up with on my own. Like, if I went through life and never ate ass, I would be okay with it. But also, I'm not completely closed, only because I thought the females who said they've done it and guys have liked it, and I can't really picture that. But I'm also curious, like how, like I would love to be a fly on the wall just to like see that, not see it. I don't know. Okay,
I get what you said.
And the first time it happened to me, it was like, whoa. Okay. And I don't know if it was just like because we was in the moment and it was just like, it was like a whatever. I think I was definitely drunk. I'm pretty sure I was drunk. But it was like a shocking, like, first of all, my first thought was, wait, do he know what he doing? Like, do he know that's
not that?
Yeah, like, but he kept doing this. I was just like, maybe he does know? I was just like, whatever. Like, I just hope I don't fart. Like,
yo, it would be over. It would be over.
That was just my like I just hope I don't fart. Well, that's it for this episode. Wait, we gotta do our hated ones.
Okay. Let me see. You go first because I can't think of anything.
All right. I hate it when people are like intentionally lazy. Like when they ask me, and like all right. So let's say you work at a gas station, and I'm trying to like reverse this so I don't talk about me personally at work, but let's say you work at a gas station and somebody come into the gas station and be like, I need 20 on. Oh, what pump is that? Like you couldn't look at the pump before you came in here? Like simple stuff like that get on my nerves. Like when something is right in front of somebody, but instead of them using their eyes and reading, they ask you.
Yeah.
That I hate it. So
I hate it when people will post a whole status on Facebook talking about their problems and stuff when you're going through that. I'll ask them, yo, what happened? You good? They be like, message me. Well, bitch, if you was going to tell me through a fucking message, you might go post it in the motherfucking comments because you know I already put it out there.
Or, you know what, something else I hate when it's like something to do with that is when people will put all their business on social media and then tell you to mind your business when you ask a question.
Child,
Like,
don't understand it. It don't make no sense.
I do that though sometimes. No, like I'll post. No, all right. I'm gonna change my hate it when. I hate it when, like, if I post I'm out somewhere or I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna be somewhere, and then somebody inbox me like, "Where you at?"
No, I hate when somebody asks me where I'm going, and you're a perfect stranger. I don't know you from
All
a
the
can
time.
of paint.
All the time.
Oh, where you about to go?
My answer is always, "Why? What's up?"
I don't say shit.
All right, why? What's up?
But what? You know,
I feel like saying things like I'm at just asking, just wondering. That's all cool for I'm being nosy. I'm trying to be in your business.
If you're not somebody in my immediate circle, somebody that I don't even talk to, period.
For me, if you're not about to pull up,
me.
if you're not about to pull up, then
I don't even want you to pull up.
You don't need to know.
Like you,
I'm
not
okay with the
somebody
pull
I
up.
deal with.
I'm
You
okay
not
with
somebody
the
I
pull up.
talk to. If it's not like an open party type of situation, fuck no. I'm not telling you where I'm at. For what? Hell no. No, thank you.
All right, y'all. So this was our episode. What we gotta tell the people? What we gotta tell the people?
Make sure y'all sending us topics. Make sure y'all following us on everything. Cocktails and Combo with 2 S's. That's for YouTube, Instagram, what else? Facebook.
Yeah.
We will be posting some of these topics in the group, so y'all can also let us know how y'all feel.
Y'all
about
can join the
conversation.
Drink suggestions.
Yes.
We still be drinking, y'all.
Yeah,
It's just
so next time we might not be drinking.
Dunkin Donuts.
Right.
It depends on what time it is. Like it's like super early right now, so you know. And then I was drinking last night already, and now I'm probably gonna be drinking tonight too. But so yeah, make sure you guys keep us posted. What do we have coming up, Lee? Can we do an out of town? We gotta do an out of town episode.
Yeah, we do have to do out of town.
Somebody tell us where we should do our next out of town episode.
Yeah, so give us location suggestions.
And if you want to be a guest when we do come through, if it's your city and all of that, hit us up. We offer guests. That's about it. Aaliyah gonna start doing her poetry shows again, y'all.
I am. As soon as I get settled, I got a lot going on right now. So once I get everything in motion, then I'll let y'all know when my poetry show is coming back.
Yes. And then I have my travel club. If you guys want to join that, you can go to yourgirlpurple.com and join that. I do a trip every month. So yeah. See y'all.